Oh, onions. I love onions.
I know.
Steve, did you know that onions were on this earth before man?
I know.
And did you know that man started cultivating onions 5,000 years ago?
I know.
But did you know that when King Ramses IV was mummified, they placed onions in his eye sockets?
I know.
Yum, 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 yum.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of One Chef One Critic. I'm Karl Wells, food critic for The Telegram.
And I'm Chef Steve Watson of Central Dairies.
Well, Mr. Practical Joker,
Thank you.
You've got your onion display going here. What do you have to tell us about onions today?
Just a couple of tips, Carl. When cooking them or frying them off in your frying pan, sprinkle them with a little bit of salt, and that will help speed up the process when cooking.
It also helps release the natural juices,
Exactly.
or natural oils, I should say.
Exactly. And when storing them, never store them next to potatoes, because some of the gases within these onions go into the potatoes and they will rot before their date.
Interesting,
Yeah.
okay.
And I know you always cry when peeling onions and
I
things
try
like that,
not
or
to,
chopping
but
them.
sometimes it's uncontrollable.
Absolutely. So when you peel them, just cut them in half, soak them for 10 minutes, and then you can cut them. So
Soak them in water,
in water, yes.
and that will prevent you from
frying, exactly.
Well, I'm going to try that, and I will hold you to it.
I know you will.
Coming up as our special guest today, we have Sheila Williams of Spirit of Newfoundland Productions. And Sheila is a singer, of course, and comedian of renown. And what are we going to be cooking with Sheila?
We have some fresh chicken breasts. We're going to wrap them with turkey bacon and with some fresh sage.
Turkey bacon. Sounds interesting. And Chef Ivan Kyutukchiev of Bacalao restaurant is with us, and he's going to be making, wait for this, yogurt donuts with cured salmon. That's going to be interesting, so stick around. For a complete listing of One Chef One Critic recipes, wine lists, and more, check out our website. Let us know what you think of the show at 757-9600. And we are back with one of Newfoundland and Labrador's consummate entertainers, Sheila Williams. Welcome to One Chef One Critic.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
Well, I'm delighted that you are here and looking so marvelous. What are we going to be cooking now?
Actually, Carl, we're going to do a little bit of a healthy choice. You're going to be steaming some vegetables. We've got some broccoli florets, cauliflower, and some carrots. And for us, Sheila, we're going to be cooking some chicken breast. I'm going to wrap that in some turkey bacon. And we're going to wrap that as well with some sage. So I'll get started with that, and then we'll put a little bit of oil in there, dredge it in the flour, and then I'll get you to turn and twist and all
I
that
can't
kind of good
wait.
stuff.
I'm very excited.
Perfect. So
That actually does look kind of porky, that turkey bacon.
it's
does.
very, very lean, isn't it? It looks
Yeah.
beautiful, actually.
It does.
Yep, absolutely. So,
I thought it was Canadian back.
Sheila, many people may not be aware of the fact that you grew up on a farm.
And I did.
So did you have farming type chores, like did you milk cows and all that sort of thing?
Thank you for asking, Carl. I've been dying to say this for many, many years. I worked on the farm. I started when I was 10, in fact. And my very first chore, Dad called me over from sitting on the tractor and said, Sheila, you know what? He said, if you go out and get the cows every day, he said, I'll give you at the end of the week $20.
Really?
That's a Klondike when you're 10, because, you know, that was...
A lot of money.
Well, I mean, it was 20 years ago. So, well, anyway, it was a while ago. And so he said, for every little bit more you do, I'll give you more money. So I was very excited about this, and I worked like a Trojan. And I didn't realize, though, at the end of the week that there was a cap on this that I didn't
The old salary
It was
cap.
the old $30 for working 12 hours a day. But you know what? I worked from age 10 right to 20 on the farm and loved it.
Well, it's great, though, that you got a little bit of money out of it.
Yeah, and it is.
But, you know, I tried to milk a cow once, and I squeezed that
Teat.
teat. I squeezed that teat, and I pulled that teat.
I know you did.
And I couldn't get a darn drop of milk to come out of that sucker.
I'm going to tell you, there's a process, and it's a gift. I don't
Obviously.
mind saying it. There's a gift. You have to. Well, I won't go into it all.
No,
but there's a sort of a massaging
There's this
technique.
kind of a massaging thing that you've got to know how to do, and I think part of it is the cow.
And the cow,
I
most
don't
likely.
think that cow liked me.
Yeah, and that has to do with
And I
everything.
think she decided there's no way
He's going to
She's
get...
holding the milk.
Yeah.
Well,
She was
and
withholding
she can.
milk from
She
me.
was holding the milk from
Yeah,
you.
that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you can. And there is a real gift to milking cows by hand. Thank God I didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
You know, that was the age of the technology and things of this nature. I had hens too.
Oh, you had hens.
I
Did
know.
you have names for them?
No, we never named the hens.
Oh, okay.
But I will tell you, I had Rhode Island red hens.
Were they for laying?
For laying.
Oh, okay.
Dad said, yeah, you're doing all right. He said, I bought the hens, and I buy the feed, and you go and sell the eggs to your mother.
Right. Oh.
And I did. $1.75 a dozen.
Oh,
it was
good
a
for
client.
you.
Oh, really?
What an
Oh, goodness,
entrepreneur.
yeah, yeah.
What an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So from the farm to today?
From the farm to the stage.
Yeah.
So when the hens would stop laying, did you eat them?
Oh, no. Oh, my God, we might have. I don't know. I don't remember the killing
Quite
process.
possible, because you know it was a working farm, and
Yeah, it
that's what
probably-
happens. You know, everything has to be used.
Carl, I never thought of it. We probably ate them.
Yeah, you probably did.
We ate the eggs, that's for
Little
sure.
chicken fricassee there on Sunday.
Giddy up, old boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was lovely, I must say. I really loved growing up on the farm, working on the farm.
I'll give you some tongs there now. So once they start to golden brown a little bit, then you can
I
turn
will
them
tell
over.
you that I'm not masterful in the
Oh,
kitchen.
I'll give you a nudge.
Yeah,
Don't
giddy up.
don't turn them yet.
I won't, but I'm ready, I'm poised.
Yeah. So another thing that you've become very proficient at is singing, and of course we all love your sense of comedy. How did that comedy evolve? Were you like a little funny kid when you were growing up?
I don't know, actually. I think it evolved because I came, in my family, there are 7 children.
Oh.
And so, and
How
mom
many
and dad,
girls? How many boys?
3 boys, 4 girls.
Okay.
And so it was always a case of trying to be funnier.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'd like to think that I won most cases, but I didn't. My brothers and sisters are all very funny. Mom is very funny. Dad wasn't so much. Dad was a good storyteller and a singer, and he played the accordion.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know that.
Yes, absolutely.
And if he happened to tell you a story, you'd almost need to sit down because the punchline wasn't coming soon. Especially if he started with, years ago.
You could read it, right?
You
Yeah.
could read it, and so, but the comedy just came from being in my family, and from Mom's family is very funny, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it just evolved from that.
Now, in your shows, and also when you MC an event, which you do an awful lot of, because I've been at least maybe 3 events where you've been the MC, you part of your humor has to do with maybe poking, gentle fun at the audience, or maybe interacting with the audience. Has there ever been a time when that kind has backfired,
against me?
or you've had to revert to Plan B or something?
You know what? Thank God I can get away with things.
Yeah.
And it's because I think people realize that I don't mean anything bad in the fun. They know that I'm true-hearted about it.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
a little bit of fun. There was one time when I had a woman on stage who was a little tiny bit, I'll just say she was drunk.
Yeah.
And so I was, at the time, Ruby Brace, who was one of my
Right.
characters.
Your characters, yeah.
And I said, "That's it, down!" And she left the stage. And she kind of left then, and I thought she was mad
Like
at me.
left the theater.
It left, went out through the door. And I got someone else, you, darling, up. And so they jumped up naturally. No one's going against Ruby Brace. And so I looked at her going up through the door, and I kind of felt, oh my gosh, I've hurt her feelings. And so as she came back in, I give a prize then to those who won on the stage. And as she came back in, I said, "And you, darling, I'll give you a prize, even though you did nothing." So I gave her a prize, and I found out later I didn't hurt her feelings at all. She went to the bar. Because I guess she was thirsty.
There's a Plan B for you.
Yeah, so that was the closest I've come, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was dodgy. Am I turning?
Actually, yeah. Just turn it to the right there. That'd be good.
Not to the left.
Not to the left.
Why not to the left?
Because it'll all hold together better that way.
Oh, I'm well
Just
done.
look at the
How
thing.
sensible.
Now, you've been here, you've done comedy here, and been on the stage for quite some years. Have you ever thought about going away at all, or this is home?
Steve, I'm waiting for someone to discover me. Do you think it's going to happen here? It will, won't it? On One Chef, One Critic.
Yeah,
It
it
will.
could.
It could, you
It
know.
could. I know it could.
Yeah,
I know it could.
It sure has a lot of viewers.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. No, I'm gonna be discovered. I actually have considered it.
Yeah.
But you know, Newfoundland. There's something about Newfoundland that none of us, I think, can explain why we're so tied
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
an inherent sense of comfort and home
Yep.
Exactly.
that we feel. So I'm not ready to go.
And to be able to walk down
But
the
I-
street and say hi to everybody,
Yeah.
you know.
I would like certainly for me to make $1 million here. That'd be nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Put a little bit of red wine in there now.
Absolutely.
Like so.
Well,
Bring that to a simmer.
this looks like it's on the road to being finished up, so I'm going to head down to the wine cellar and see who's down there and see if they can fix me up with a good bottle of wine to go with this.
I can't wait.
Okay?
Thank
Be
you.
back.
Then we'll just put a little bit of gravy in there as well. And if you want to step to the side there, Sheila, we'll just let that come to the simmer. In the oven here, I have 3 already made with that beautiful red wine sauce. Look.
Thank
So
God.
that's going to be good. Perfect.
It looks fabulous.
Absolutely smells.
It smells
The
good.
aromas are very good, that's for sure.
Well, we have some poulet today, some chicken, Jeremy, but it's got turkey bacon, which I'm looking forward to tasting.
I was not expecting to hear turkey bacon come out of your mouth today.
Oh, that's right. And it was Steve's idea, actually. And sage. So I'm
Okay.
thinking that sage is going to kind of really be obvious in the dish, because sage to me is usually easy to pick up in a dish.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Kind of
Anyway,
dominates.
what do you think?
Well, by the sounds of it, I think we got to go Italian. And so we've done all Sangiovese. Is kind of the theme with this one today.
I'm okay with that, yeah.
All 3 of these bottles will be Sangiovese, but just different sort of styles of each. The first off, Castiglione from Marchesi Frescobaldi. Great producer. This is Chianti, and just the region it comes from is Chianti. Sangiovese, which as a thing for Sangiovese, it's always a lot of fruit, very cheery, a little bit of red currant going on, great acidity with that grape though as well. So it's a lighter bodied grape, but still has great fresh fruit on it. So the great thing with regular Chianti, and you don't see Reserva or anything else written on the label, it just means that it's not spent a lot of time in oak, if any at all.
Okay.
So you're not going to get any oak to it, which is nice because it's all about the fruit and all about the acidity.
Yeah.
So that being said, next up, sort of in levels of Chianti, Chianti Classico, which is just a different region for Classico, and then Reserva is what you're looking for when you want to see if it's oaked or it's spent a bit of time in barrel. So as soon as you see Reserva, you know this is seen oak. And not necessarily in a bad way, because it spends a lot of time there and it integrates a bit, but it's nothing over the top. You're going to notice that little sort of vanilla kind of oaky note on the nose, but that's about it. And the body of the wine is going to be a little more concentrated than, say, the lighter Chianti. But still good acidity, still a beautiful wine. And then moving up in not just style but price as well, Brunello De Montolcino. So from the town of Montalcino. Brunello is always Sangiovese, but these spend a fair bit of time in oak and aged in bottle as well, and usually are kind of designated by their vintages. You know, they're just great vintages in Brunello, and it's a great wine. It's one of the sort of stately wines of Tuscany. Now the price, it's not insane, but it is obviously going to be a little bit more than these two here. But you're getting a very well-made wine. You're also getting something that's a little bit more concentrated, a little bit darker in fruit contents as well, and you're going to notice a little bit of tannin to it, but nothing over the top.
You know, most of the red wine I drink has been oaked, so I'm actually going to go with
Try it
one
out.
that
It's
hasn't
beautiful.
been oaked, just to see what it's like.
Perfect.
And I'm sure it'll be fine with the dish. Thanks a lot, Jeremy.
My pleasure.
Now we'll just fan this last piece of chicken breast there with our turkey bacon, like so. Just put a little bit of our red wine au jus around the side. And let's go and see Karl and Sheila in the dining room and see if she's taught him how to milk one of them Holsteins.
Voila. Now,
Lovely.
the time has come to taste. It looks really, really attractive. As your food always does, Stephen.
Oh, we try.
Well, you know, it's just something we whipped up, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Technically, it's ours because
It is ours.
we all had a hand.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you know, my technique with steaming those vegetables.
It's unsurpassed. I don't care.
I was looking for the word. I like that unsurpassed. Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah.
You know, turkey bacon does really taste like bacon.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, that was
does.
beautiful. It was very lean. It had the protein in it. You could see it and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah.
Steve, I will say I was doubtful about the turkey bacon because I am fond of the pig.
Yeah.
But you know what? The turkey's not to be clucked at either. It's lovely.
Before you get too deep into the
Sorry.
dish there,
Excuse me, sorry. It got away from me. I get so excited when I see
a
a
few
bit
more
of food.
questions for you. How many shows have you've been with Spirit since the very beginning, right?
That's right, yeah.
So how many shows have you done since you've been with them? Or have you been counting?
I haven't been counting. We've done over 65 shows.
Really?
And so we've done over, I think it's 50,000 shows.
What performances?
Performances, thank you. I've screeched in over 15,000 people,
Oh my,
which is a lot of people, right?
that's a lot of people.
Yeah, I was once in the Delta Ballroom and you screeched in about 700 people one night.
Giddy up.
Wow!
Yeah, okay, and
Just
you're
like
all
a
done.
mass
That's right.
screeching.
Yep.
There was
Yep.
the cult of Sheila.
That's right, yeah. So I've done a lot of shows. I don't know. I've been doing it for 25 years.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I had my birthday and thought, my gosh, I'm just getting older. But I thought 25 years is a long
I
time.
gotta say, you look fabulous.
Thank you.
Know, you never change. In fact, you look better and better every time I see you. How do you manage to stay so fit?
I'm starving. Well, you know, no, I'm joking. You know what? I just have to focus on not eating at night. That's hard, though.
It's tough.
Carl,
Yeah, it's
who's
tough.
kidding who? You're sitting
Yeah.
down, you're looking at TV, and you're thinking, bag of chips wouldn't
that
go
bad.
amiss,
Yeah.
right? Or an M&M.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Yeah, and you don't burn it off once you...
Oh, you don't burn it off. No, Mom says, honey, that's all right. You go to bed and that'll go right on your hips. That's lovely.
Now, in your day job, people may not know this about you, but you are what's called a music therapist.
Yes.
What exactly is a music therapist?
A music therapist is someone who works, well, I work with the elderly, and so they use the prescribed use of music to increase their quality of daily lives, and their it helps trigger memories, it helps cognition, it helps mobility. So I use music in various ways, and mainly for reminiscence and just socialization to help them. Help the elderly who I work with have better lives. Enjoy.
Yeah. So there is actually a cognitive decline that happens when you get older.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You go down mentally.
Some people.
Yeah.
Some people. There's a woman at our home who's over 100, and she's smarter than I am.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, I think I know that lady.
Yes.
But anyway, so that's great to know that it does actually have a beneficial effect, apart from being a pleasant thing to do.
Of course. Yeah, it helps. What it does is it triggers a different part of your brain, that isn't always accessed.
Right.
You know, and I've seen people who are unable to speak their name and they can sing a full song.
Wow.
You know, it's lovely.
Yeah, it is lovely.
Yeah.
Well, Sheila, thank you for being on the program today
Thank
and
you.
sharing a little bit of your time with us and a little bit about who you are and what you do. And we really appreciate you being
Thank
here.
you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Sheila Williams, and we'll be right back after this with Chef Ivan Kyutukchiev of Bacalao restaurant, who's going to do yogurt donuts with cured salmon. The Bacalao restaurant on Lamarchand Road is one of those Newfoundland restaurants where you can have an entire meal sourced with Newfoundland ingredients or partly sourced with Newfoundland ingredients. Those ingredients really shine, though, when in the hands of a masterful chef, and we have one of them with us right now. It was, in fact, Gold Medal Plate St. John's' first champion. And we're delighted to welcome Chef Ivan Kyutukchiev to our program today. Hi, Ivan.
Thank you.
What are you going to cook for us?
I'm gonna cook yogurt donuts, which gonna be accompaniment with Karl's cured salmon.
Okay.
Build it like a pillow, so the salmon, it's gonna be stuffed with guacamole puree. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So this is a dough.
the interesting thing here is the donut, because the dough it's very soft. It's made with just plain yogurt and all-purpose flour, some baking soda,
And that's it, a little bit of seasoning?
just a little bit salt and sugar.
Okay.
This is just
Very simple dough.
just
very
for
simple dough. Yeah.
for the balance. The
What kind of
yeah.
yogurt? Just plain yogurt?
I usually do using plain yogurt, Balkan style.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yeah. That's the really
So,
rich, creamy one.
Yeah.
I like that one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here it's a little bit skimmy. It's 2% yogurt. It's lighter. So
Just put that there with a...
we're just cutting.
So
the
that's fairly thin. It's not really.
it's not really thin. Yeah. Because if to allow
Yeah.
to the donuts to be fluffy, to be
They puff
light.
up when you.
Yeah, they're gonna
Exactly.
puff. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Let's see what happens here.
we're starting.
Okay, so you brought that temperature probably...
Yeah, it's right good temperature now.
Yeah.
So
So
it
how long will it take now for those?
takes like a minute.
Oh, okay. They're starting to come up already.
Really
Yeah.
puff right up, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're nice.
We're going to go in the donut
Golden
business now.
already.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'll just bring the
It's a little
bowl
bit-
here.
Yeah.
Nicely coloured, nice and
Yeah.
golden brown, that's for sure.
Needs to keep a little bit longer, not to be soggy inside.
Yeah. So it's going to cook the dough all the way
Yeah.
through. I understand.
So this is ready.
And you just put it on a nice paper towel
Yes.
to absorb all the fat.
What kind of
so.
oil is that, Ivan?
It's a canola oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you use peanut oil, or would you recommend canola? A neutral.
Neutral, yeah, neutral. I can do all of this because it's.
I can look after them and then,
yeah,
then you can do the
Yes.
So
presentation.
now you
like
have
this.
some already done here.
Yeah. So I just need to clean this.
Yes. Okay. Clean as you go. That's what Steve says.
Absolutely, that's the motto. Do you want to pass that plate over there, Karl, the big one there? The big
Oh,
glass
this is the presentation
one?
plate. Sorry.
Yes, it is indeed.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay. So
Okay,
now
okay.
we've got to put this
Now-
together with the salmon somehow. How does that work?
So the salmon needs first to be built the salmon pillow. So we're taking.
Okay, and that's cured salmon, that's not smoked salmon, is it? It's almost like a gravlax, is it not?
So is that
I
cured
can
with
use
sugar,
this.
or how did you cure that?
It's cured with salt and sugar.
Okay.
Black peppercorns,
Excellent.
juniper berries, and lots of citrus zest.
Okay.
So need to have all the ingredients ready, like
Sure. Yeah.
yeah. This is the
What's that?
this
Guacamole.
is guacamole.
Okay.
Making in the middle. So just folding all the sides.
Okay, using a small palette knife there, I
Yeah.
see.
So yeah, but this is gonna work too.
Okay, so you're making a little package with the cured
Absolutely,
salmon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and pocket it. Yeah,
Okay. Maybe you should do just one for us, and
Just could be a little bit more cute, but it's
Okay.
okay. So I can use even this.
okay, go
because
ahead.
it's some of them it's just to do
A little hole in it.
a little hole here. Yeah, and
We're going to have to
Maybe.
keep rolling on,
Yeah.
but in the meantime, let's thank Chef Ivan Kyutukchiev from Bacalao for being on our show, and that's it for this edition of
One chef.
One Critic.
Very good.
Beautiful. So there we have our yogurt-filled donuts. Donuts made very simply from flour and yogurt.
yogurt. Yeah,
And we've got our cured salmon stuffed with guacamole.
guacamole. Yeah.
So I guess we should taste this creation.
Absolutely. There you go, Karl.
Thank you.
You can have the honours.
Well, I'm just gonna pick up the donut because that's what
Yes,
you do with
this
donuts.
is the
Yeah, yeah.
this is the
Thing,
more
yeah.
more comfortable.
Yeah.